Woo! What it do?
Woo! There's a couple of you who are saying it's your first live stream, and then this is how we decided that we were going to kick it off. Just
we just didn't have a plan. Don't let her fool you.
Yeah, it was our grand plan all along.
It was our grand. We don't have a plan.
No, we've been planning it for months now. Happy Friday, guys. Mark, I have to be very careful because he has a very fresh, like.
And no, it is not raw, just sitting out right now. I have a Sanoderm like burn patient bandage on top of my very fresh tattoo right now.
You can't really see, but you guys don't.
Maybe.
No, you can't really see. It just looks black right now.
Yeah, kind of.
But
you can follow me on Instagram if you want to see it, though. Big_Marc, MARCM.
Yeah, it's Leshen from The Witcher.
And a wolf. And soon to be some crows and trees.
Yeah, it's not done yet. But guys, happy Friday. Today we're going to be critiquing Etsy shops. Don't put your shops in yet. We're going to tell you exactly how to do that in just a minute. You want to go ahead and get Etsy pulled up so we can show them? Maybe pull up Amber Marie's shop.
Nope.
Now, before we get started, I did want to give our quick little announcements. First of all, when it comes to submitting your Etsy shop, please keep in mind, hello Webbers, please keep in mind that these are selected completely at random. It never fails that we always have somebody who gets upset because, you know, we pick shops that already look good, or I don't know.
We will be ignoring you today if you get poopy in the comments.
Right. This is for charity, guys. And today's charity is for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. That's the charity that we have selected for the month of May. And I believe that today will be our last May live stream. So we figured that we would, end it all with a bang. How much, what are we up to? $431 raised for our charity this month. So thank you to everybody who donated. I noticed that a couple of you donated before we even started the stream. Next month, we'll be selecting a different charity. We try to kind of rotate them out, but we appreciate everybody who's donated so far.
We had a bunch of people being like, wow, so much ink. Yeah, so I spent the almost 20 hours in the chair this week, and I have another 8 hours that I have to do in the middle of June to finish it. Yeah. He's one of the best like portrait realism artists in the world, and I was really fortunate to be able to get a hold of him to get this tattoo done. So we're really appreciative. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what you will need to submit. Please do not submit your don't please
don't do it.
No bueno. Submit your shop.
We see you
for right now.
Okay.
I will tell you when to do so. But
all right,
what we need,
can you see it?
They can see it.
Okay.
We need this right here. This. Just this. Don't send it yet. But just this. No spaces, no Etsy.com, no links, none of that fun stuff.
Yep. Just that part. Because if you put your link in there, YouTube doesn't like that and they'll get mad. So what we're going to be doing today is our usual critique section or sessions. We are going to try to get through as many as possible. I do want to mention before we get started, though, that Handmade Alpha Academy is opening in what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah. So 7, 14, 2.5.
2.5 weeks.
2.5 weeks.
Handmade Alpha Academy is my 9-module coaching program. It is completely self-paced. And during the week of enrollment, we will probably do critique week again. So if you do not get selected today for a critique,
we'll be doing critiques every day for a week.
Yes, every single day during enrollment. So make sure that, while Handmade Alpha Academy is open, you guys keep an eye out for that, because we do that to promote our coaching program. And if you guys end up having questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, we're happy to answer those towards the end. But I'm ready to go ahead and start critiquing. If you're ready to start critiquing.
No link, just the store name. Yes, just the thing at the top of your shop that has your name without the spaces. That thing there. That's all you need.
Yep.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say go here. I'm gonna give it like 5 seconds before I actually post it, and somebody already did it.
It's okay.
No, you stinky. It's okay. They just get to miss out. Anything below go is what I will be looking at.
All right. Yeah, just look for, my name is always highlighted, the little Starla Moore.
Yes.
And then we kind of use that to see where in the
And
chat.
I literally will bring it over onto my screen over here and then just scroll up and down super duper fast and click.
And
And
whoever
we had somebody say that, oh, if you're at the top or the bottom, it's not going to work. That was the last stream that we did. But that's not true because I've selected the very first one before. So it's totally not true.
Yep.
Also,
right.
the order you see them in might not necessarily be the order that I see them in because there's a little bit of latency with people from all over the world pushing them at the same time, and YouTube gets a little confused. So you might have put yours first, and you're the 15th person that it actually shows on my side. So
Yeah.
who knows?
Well, while everybody's getting their shops in, don't forget for our US alphas, Memorial Day's Monday. So if you guys have packages that need to go out for your Etsy orders, make sure you do that today.
You got today and tomorrow, and then you're out of luck.
Yeah, you got to get that stuff out this weekend. That way, you know.
Some of your local post offices might not even be open tomorrow. They might take the whole weekend as Memorial Weekend.
Possibly. I think that Monday for sure they'll definitely be closed.
The one that we had on base did. They had like the whole weekend off.
Yeah.
And they cut for early on Fridays. I'm letting it go because they're still just raining fire down in the comment section here.
I think we're probably good to go ahead and grab one.
No.
Grab a shop.
No.
Grab one out of the comments.
They're still raining fire, so I'm going to keep going.
Well, they're not going to stop. How many of them? How many? Did you throw a hair tie at me? You flick your tattoo.
You flick my tattoo, I'm going to pull yours off.
Oh, don't cough over
Boy,
there.
I tell you, sitting in a tattoo chair for 3 days is super boring, but his team is... I think it's at Chris P Tattoos on Instagram. You guys should go follow him because he does some pretty unreal artwork.
Yeah. All right.
All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'll post all that stuff at the end, so we're not talking about my tattoo the whole stream, even though I'm super excited about it.
I know.
I'm super excited.
Here's the thing, sweetie.
It was expensive, and I want to talk about it.
Some people just don't care.
Well, then they can leave.
Didn't ask.
Goodbye. Didn't ask.
Didn't ask.
Kiss my butt.
Oh, okay.
All right, there's my go.
All right.
And I always do like the top half first, and then do a middle, and then do the bottom.
Yeah, we have a giant monitor in the corner that he makes it a point not to look at.
All right,
Okay.
I'll fart down. Okay, we're good.
Yeah, I got somebody from about like a quarter of the way down, probably.
A little less.
A little less.
Mm-hmm.
And if for any reason we can't get the shop name to work, we don't tell you who we picked. That way you don't
First
get
try.
upset.
Except
So,
the banner's not. There we go. Banner wasn't loading right away.
all right.
And then I always double check for copyright material because that happened last time and people got really upset. So I think we're okay. Ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Let me get my comments scrolled down here. Okay.
All right.
All you.
All right, let's take a peek. You create silly t-shirts from my silly heart that you've got a couple keywords in here, silly t-shirts. Make sure that you guys attempt to keyword optimize this little tagline. A lot of you use it for your slogans, which is fine if your slogans also incorporate in some keywords, but you can actually keyword optimize this little section here.
Somebody said anyone posting duplicates doesn't get picked. Yeah, that's a rule we probably should have said.
Yeah.
Don't post your shop more than once or I'll just intentionally ignore you. We see your, if you don't see it, it comes through.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
All right. So a couple things. First, your logo, if I didn't see the design by Elsa to Elsa, this looks like a one kind of to me. I wouldn't know what your logo means. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm not a huge fan of this font. This is just me being a little bit nitpicky here. I would almost rather see your banner have the designs and not have all of the images in it. I mean, it's not anything that's going to keep shoppers away, but I'm not really capturing a lot of... I'm struggling with the feeling here. I'm getting kind of like some pink, some bubbles, some girly. But then a lot of the themes are kind of contrasting. Who are your products for? Who's your target audience? Is your target audience moms? Because you're talking about you, my silly heart, creating silly t-shirts for my silly heart, but you're not telling me what you're doing for me.
I'm also curious as to why you went, I'm assuming somebody else had Elsa to Elsa taken or something. But I'm curious as to why you'd put the designed by, because I think the Elsa to Elsa thing, I think that is catchy enough on its own.
Yeah.
The design by I really I don't like critiquing the names, but I don't totally think it's necessary unless you had to.
Yeah, like I definitely like the cohesiveness to your brand. I'm just kind of struggling in my mind to tie it all together because it feels very much like the main point of your brand is that you're making things that make you happy, but that doesn't tell me how you're gonna help me. And then when I go down into your shop, I'm a little confused because I'm seeing like some rats, lots of pickleball, strawberry milk, lots of pickleball, lots of pickleball. There's an owl, some dolphins.
Good mock-up on the owl one though, because I don't think that's a
yeah,
shirt. I think that's a mock.
I do really like all of your images and how you've you know, got a nice variety here and you're not just using the same mock-up. I think that I'm just confused as to who your shop is for. If you were just like a pickleball seller, that would make sense to me. Like that's who your target audience is. But then it feels like you're taking pieces of things that like are important to you. And then that's what you're focusing on. Cause I'm seeing a lot of the same animals. I'm seeing lots of rats and ducks and the cows. So it just kind of leaves me confused.
A bit of an identity struggle.
Yeah. If I were you, I would really start identifying who you want to help and make sure that in your messaging, you're focusing on them, creating silly t-shirts for your silly heart because your customer doesn't care about you. I know that sounds awful, but I mean, it's a sad reality we all have to come to terms with. You care about them way more than they care about you. So everything that you do needs to be catered to them, creating silly t-shirts for your silly heart.
And I don't know if that first one there, I didn't catch that.
Oh, it's fine. That's not copyright. Bach has been dead for how long? How long has Bach been dead? It's public domain. But either way, I would really start to narrow your focus on who you're catering to so it makes more sense. And, you know, to be perfectly honest, nothing down here is really all that silly. So the creating silly t-shirts for my silly heart isn't connecting with me either. The rats are kind of silly, but I mean, pickleball, nothing inherently silly about pickleball. Some of them are kind of silly, but for the most part, it doesn't feel like silly is really the word I would use to describe your shop. And I would struggle to even tell you what it is just because there's so much going on. So I would definitely narrow your focus a little bit and define that niche. If you need a little help with this, I recommend going over to Printify's YouTube channel or just search Printify Starla and Marc. I did a great branding webinar, and even if you don't sell print on demand, if you guys need help doing everything that I'm talking about like refining your brand and finding a good message, go watch that webinar. It's on their channel. I did it a couple months ago, and it's probably one of the best free webinars that I offer. Let's see. You've got some great reviews for the products you've sold so far. It looks like you're a little newer. You've got 16 sales, so not too much. Get some pictures in your about section.
Yes, definitely.
And again, we want to get rid of the words my. We want to try to reduce the words my, I, and me in your shop because those are words that are all focused around you. And as I said before, the customers don't really care about us. If you are referring to yourself, it needs to be how you are helping them. They need to know why they should buy from you. So my name is Elsa, and my shop is inspired by my family and the people I love most. I have always dreamt of a life filled with creativity, humor, and endless possibilities. The shop is just the start of following my dreams. I hope you'll have fun taking a look at the designs we have to offer. You did not talk about how you want to help the customers at all. You're basically telling the customers, fulfill my dreams by buying from me. Try to twist it. Like my dream is to create shirts that people like you will love to wear. I love making people like you or my customers happy. I strive to make my customers, have the greatest experience possible. The products I create are inspired by, memories or pieces of my life that I hope will connect with you. There are so many ways that you can take it and just kind of reframe.
Yeah, you could. Like the statement there, quit scrolling, please.
Oh.
just silly t-shirts from my silly heart to yours.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's just there's not like you don't have to totally rework this thing, but just make
Yeah.
it more about the customer than just about yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go ahead and just grab a random one. Let's do, you like the owl. We'll grab the
I
owl.
do. It was pretty. It was a good mock-up too. I could tell that she does her own mock. A lot of the pickleball mock-ups were cool because I could tell that she, or at least it looked like she went out and took a picture of a pickleball court and then used a model to model the t-shirts. It actually kind of looks like she went out with plain shirts.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No,
Because that looks like a mock-up to me. The text doesn't
Yeah.
wrap with, it's definitely a mock-up.
or you're just using a really good mock-up service.
But that looks like her. If you
Really?
looked at her profile picture earlier, yeah, that looks like her. It looks like she took plain shirts out and went and threw the mock-ups on it.
Customer review one. This is so tiny. I can't read this. I would just focus on, you could even copy and paste or just do like this one.
Got to consider most people are shopping from their phones. So this thing is going to be like an inch by an inch on their phone.
50%. 50% are shopping from their phones. I just looked it up.
There you go.
Watercolor owl pun t-shirt. So I'm sure watercolor owl is a good keyword. Maybe pun t-shirt's a good keyword. You probably broad match for owl t-shirt. Funny animal phrases shirt. Gift for owl lovers. Bird and nature tees. Owl shirt for bird lover. Cute owl gifts. You're repeating owl a lot in here. You don't need to really repeat owl that much. That's, you're still going to broad match. You don't need to try to shove that in there as many times unless you're trying to get an exact match on all these terms. But I'm going to assume that none of these terms have search volumes that are high enough that it would warrant trying to
exact match for every single one of them.
Yeah. And instead of just focusing on owl lovers, bird lovers, nature lovers, start thinking a little bit more abstractly. I dare say that this would be a cute search for, or a cute shirt. I keep saying search. Cute shirt for a librarian. I think that this would be a cute shirt for a teacher. Think about specific types of recipients who, okay, owls remind me of being wise. What type of people are associated with being wise? Teachers, librarians. I'm sure that in the comments, you guys can think of some more. So try to get a little bit more abstract with some of your recipients, because as soon as you get rid of a couple of these terms, you've already said shirt here, you've said t-shirt here, you've said owl multiple times. If you were to trim those owl words out so that you're only using it, the term owl once or even twice, you'd have a lot more space where you could try to add in those other terms if you wanted to, or just add them into your tags. I think that's, that was Amber. I think that's it though. You did say new bridal and bachelorette collection just dropped, and I didn't see any of that on your first page at all. So I would, again, here they are. I would, again, just make sure that you're trying to figure out what you want to be known for. Because right now I'm just getting like big identity crisis. Your mock-ups are great. Your branding's cute. I like the pink. I love that you put the pink.
Put it on our faces.
Yeah, I love that you put the pink behind your little profile picture. I just think that you need to do a little bit of soul searching and decide, what type of person do I want to work with? Or look at your past customers. You've got 16 sales there. What did they primarily buy? And if you're willing to cater your brand around what the majority bought, maybe it was mostly people who bought the pickleball products, then maybe you need to just be, the pickleball mom shop for moms who play pickleball. I don't know. I don't really know anything about pickleball.
When can I stop uploading listings? I have over 200. About 190 ago.
Yeah.
You don't need 200 listings to rank. The thing is, I see this a lot. That I don't know who it is, but somebody's pushing that you need to like absolutely stack listings in your shop
or upload a listing a day.
Yeah, that crap. There's no number of listings. You could make $1 million with a single listing if it was good enough, right? So
yeah,
whenever you feel like it.
Yeah, I've got it in my video that's posting on Tuesday. I think. No, maybe it's the video that's posting the week after. I did 2 video scripts yesterday. But either this Tuesday or the week after, I'm actually going to be talking about that. About there's some coach somewhere, I know there must be, who's telling everybody that they need to upload a listing a day.
And they are absolutely wrong.
Yeah, there's no. Etsy tells us that they like to see active shops that are active. Active doesn't mean posting a listing a day. It could be, you know, updating your shop announcement, communicating with your customers. There's so many ways to be active in your shop that don't mean, you know, accumulating several $100s in listing fees for items that might not even be selling.
Silly.
All right.
Silly
This
Kelly,
one I
you are.
like. This one's fun.
Yeah, with these shops I have to make sure there's no nudity. They get the occasional like goddess photo in there that YouTube will ban us for.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it.
No nudity for you, Melissa. Thank you. We appreciate it. We have to be careful with YouTube, just because.
Yeah, I'm not against the nudity. All for it, actually. However, YouTube doesn't like it. So
not you, Melissa. Careful. Not you specifically. Just, you know, in our witchy shops, we have to be careful when there are like goddesses and things. Okay, the altar grid. I love your branding. I love the color cohesion. Tag. I like that, actually. I think that that's kind of cool. Altar cloth, crystal grids, witchy adornments, and wares. So you got some good keywords in here. Love the color cohesion. You know, your banner is just the weest bit blurry, but not enough that I care.
Well, let me actually, the best way for us to compare this, because we're on a 4K screen. Sorry for my cool background. Nah, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a little blurry on a 4K screen, but on a phone and on most general computers, I don't think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. The rest of May is focusing on kitchen and witch decor. Cool. I love that you've got a little update in here. That's fun. I love that you've got a photo of yourself. It helps to build trust.
No nudity, but a few special leaves. I don't care about that.
That's fine.
We're on the pro legality side of things, so.
Yeah, that's fine. And YouTube doesn't care about that. We just got to be.
Care.
Oh, that's so
I don't
cute.
think anybody cares.
Love that you've got the listing videos. Super duper cute. I'm trying to see if there are any more. You've got some great photos. I love the mock-ups that you're using. They're really fun. They all kind of tie together. I'm really getting, you know, you're focusing on the witchy side of things, but what stands out the most to me is how many witchy, like for mom products you've got.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool gimmick.
Right. I would focus if you can try to like incorporate it into your branding. And here, I think that it stands out even more to me that you've got so many products for mom. I think you could narrow your niche down even more and put the four witchy moms in here, because even if not all of your products are for moms, it's not going to scare away people who aren't moms. They're not going to see it and say, well, I can't buy this clearly because I'm not a mom, you know, if they see the cutting board and want it. But I feel that, you know, a majority of your products fit into the four moms.
Satanic, why? It's not satanic, you silly person, you.
Yeah.
It's not satanic, it's I'm not even going to address it.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
So let's see. Really nice mock-ups. Normally I like a more cohesive shot, but I think that because you're more in the witchy, pagan, Wiccan niche, it would fit. I'm actually okay with the mock-ups not being cohesive, especially since some of your products like the mats are larger. They take up a lot of the screen. Overall, though, I think that the mock-ups that you're using are really nice. A couple of these, this one's a little close up. At first, I thought that this was an altar cloth.
Pillow.
Yeah, now I'm seeing that it's a pillow. Maybe just like, because the pillow.
Back it out just enough that you can tell what it is.
Yeah, just back up just a tiny bit, because I can't see. It just says P and Blaine. So that's all your customers are going to be able to see while browsing. But overall, really nice. I love the color palettes. I love that most of your products have purple in them, which obviously, you know, for your niche, that makes sense. But it also ties in with your brand. Oh, super cute. You've got a video in here. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that.
I love it so much. This is for you, Gertz.
Yeah. So this reminds me, you know, our last shop, how we talked about, you know, the I and the me. You stumbled into that spooky shop your mom warned you about, didn't you?
I love it. I love that so much.
And I think
because for one, you're going to immediately scare away the customers you don't want anyway.
Right. Oh, I love look at this story. Despite the eerie feeling, you were drawn in by the enchanting aura. You have entered the altar grid where you are welcomed with a warm smile by a beautiful and mysterious middle-aged redhead with wicked glasses.
Bro, it's hard not to, right?
That's so fun.
I love it.
That is so cute.
Yeah,
You wrote a whole story. Are you an author? That was very fun. Okay, so I'll pop open this one.
I bet your house smells amazing, doesn't it?
It probably does.
Your house probably smells amazing at all times.
Kitchen witch utensil, pentagram, hanging wood, cutting board, maple walnut paddle, chopping block, witchy, pagan protection, home wall decor. I would try to just maybe check it with E rank, but I would also try to get pinnacle in here too. You put pentagram, but I noticed that you don't have pinnacle in here at all. That might be another keyword that you can kind of, weasel your way in. But overall, it all looks really, really nice. You've got great mock-ups. Not very many complaints, just a couple little alterations. And I think that refining your brand down and really talking about how you cater to like moms. And I think it fits with your story down there as well. Like, oh, this is the shop your mom warned you about.
No, we have not already picked
Really
the
cute.
shops we're going to critique. We do not do that ahead of time.
Yeah,
we do them randomly out of the chat, and I will tell you when it's a good time to post them again.
Yep. Give us just one second.
Tappy tappy. I'm not being mean.
You're sounding spicy today.
No, I don't sound spicy. I got a cough drop in my mouth. I sound spicier than I really am. I promise. I'm in a killer mood.
Okay.
I'm in a good mood today.
Let's see.
Couple silly fellas in the comments, but that's okay.
I think that that's what we're gonna call people in the. That's what we're gonna call the people in the chat who make silly comments. We're not gonna say that they're rude. We're just gonna call them silly fellas.
You're a silly fella.
Silly fellas. All right.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, I do need to check for copyright here.
Yep. Always got to check.
That's fine. Tree of Life is fine. Just making stuff like this, every once in a while something will pop up.
Gotta check. Always gotta check.
Looks good. And this is the fourth picture.
That's fine. You've got the logo here, and you've got a totally different set of mountains with the exact same thing on the other side. This one doesn't feel necessary. You got a lot going on here. I would, try to refine this particular slide. It's not something that you have to do. But it's not really necessary when you've got logo here, a different version of logo here, where you're just reiterating the same bits of information, where the main thing that you want to express is support 24/7 in all languages. Now, how true is that? Do you actually have 24/7 support? Do you always have someone available at all times to answer questions? If not, get rid of the 24/7.
Support in all languages. Message us for support in any language.
Exactly. Let's see.
Now this is the first picture, and this hits me in the face because I don't know what to look at. It's very busy.
I don't like this. I don't like this slide. It's a lot. There's a lot, and the main thing that you want me to look at, which are the products, they're so tiny. Out of all these slides, and again, this one really noisy. Out of all these slides, more like this. Put your product big. Show off these amazing details of the carved wood and the beautiful woodworking here. I want to see more like this and less of these teeny tiny little images with all the crazy, too many colors, too much going on. I really like this with the dark, and
I like that.
This is a beautiful photo.
You could probably figure out a way to get your logo up in the top left and something like that.
Again, it mainly appears that you're doing woodworking. I would assume you say handmade products, but the handmade products appear to all be wood carved, which is what people are going to think to search. They're mainly going to be looking for the wood element. So I would try to get, where you have handmade products. What type of products are you selling? Makeup? Are you selling skincare? Are you selling home decor? Try to narrow down what it is, because you can keyword optimize this.
Need to get a picture of, it doesn't have to be your face, but it should be something you
Yeah. I would definitely try to get a photo of yourself in here because I don't know who you are. Ordering things online is terrifying. And if I don't know who you are and that I can trust you, I might not buy from you. So having
Yep.
your own face in here can actually help to build trust.
It's an easy personal touch.
Yeah, and increase conversions. Even if you work with multiple people who help, to produce your products, whoever you are, owner of shop, I would recommend getting, a photo up here of you
And
or some type of avatar.
if you're someone who can't put their face on the internet because of a protection order or a stalker order, something like that, put an avatar.
Yeah, a little cartoon.
Something like that. I promise the Hat Man won't come and get you if you put your face on the internet.
The Hat Man.
Hat Man.
Beautiful photos. It looks like you've got, some very professional product photography. I love the backgrounds that you're using.
Your prices seem fair.
Yeah. I dare say that you could probably charge more for your products.
I mean, some of them are more detailed and cost quite a bit more.
Yeah.
But these are beautiful products. If they're truly handmade, you've got your you can definitely be charging more.
Yeah, these are absolutely beautiful. Your photos are beautiful.
It's like something you'd walk into a rich dude's study and just find sitting on his desk. Like these are beautiful.
Like a pretty cigar lounge type.
I don't even play backgammon and I want one.
Yeah, absolutely beautiful. In
the chess
sets are.
I might nab one of these chess sets. Those are cool.
So let's take a scroll down. Looks like you've got some amazing reviews. So that's fantastic. Everyone seems happy with their product. Okay. Again, this spot is called About because you're supposed to use it to tell me about you. I would love to know more about you. Or if you've got artists who make your products, it looks like you are more than one person who runs this business.
Also, you appear to make mostly backgammon sets now, and all of these pictures in the shop updates down here are flutes.
Yeah.
Or reeds.
Yeah. So I think that you could definitely try to build a better customer connection here with your brand. As opposed to just talking about the products, because I mean, I can already see all your products. Tell me something that I don't know already. Tell me how they're made. Show me pictures of them being crafted. Show me pictures of them all being ready to ship or them lined up or, one of your artisans making one. So again, tell me how this helps me. Why should I own one of your products? Tell me how you're going to help me. I already know you make all these things because I just saw them all. You don't have to tell me that again. Tell me why they're special and why they're different and why I should choose you over anybody else who makes wooden backgammon sets. Tell me why yours are the ones that I should purchase. Let me know about the time that's spent on them.
Yeah, Hannah said, hire someone with a graphic design background to make your banners. Your products are elegant and your banners are letting you down.
Your banners feel scammy. It feels like when you go to a wish.com.
And I would also maybe investigate your prices because scroll down to the products, please. The quality, because I know how big a backgammon board is. If this is truly an actually handmade, hand carved product, I'm assuming you probably have a laser cutter that helps you and some modern tools. But if this is truly fully handmade, 50, that sounds really low. Yeah, that sounds really low for the product that you're selling if you're actually making it.
Yeah, I would expect to be paying over $200 US dollars
more
for something
than that.
like this.
If it's truly handmade, I'd probably be looking at. I mean, I don't know the industry, so I don't want to say anything specific, but I would think $500-600.
Yeah.
If I were to go to Renfest to one of the booths and see something that somebody was sitting there hand carving them, I'd probably expect to pay over $1,000 for one.
Yeah, I would definitely be expecting to pay more.
So investigate your industry a little bit and see where your pricing is at, because you have a ton of sales. You're clearly making a lot of sales, and I don't want to jinx you, but I would investigate and see if you could be charging a little bit more for your products.
Yeah, I mean, because they're gorgeous. We'll just pop open. I like this dragon one. We'll pop one of these.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Open.
That yin yang.
All right, backgammon set dragons. Weird way.
That is a mock-up.
Weird way. Oh yeah, does the background is?
This and this inlay here doesn't look like it's. It looks like they took the same picture. So maybe they're buying the boards, the backgammon boards, and then laser cutting the thing in the middle.
Not sure.
I don't want to take guesses. I don't want to sound ignorant.
Right. Backgammon set dragons. Kind of a weird way to structure that set of keywords. Personalized.
Dragon backgammon set. Well, they might not have typed it in English.
Okay.
because they're from Armenia, so it might just be translating weird.
All sizes, full set. These aren't really good. I wouldn't think that these are keywords people are searching. Best personalized birthday gift, Christmas gift for husband. These are such generic keywords.
Yeah.
I would definitely try to look at things like game room.
And because this is a game board, I actually do see this because they sell different sizes for the boards, and they're saying you get all the full set no matter what size you buy.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but for keyword optimization, do you think people are searching for...
I mean, not for keyword. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, if you were going to buy this and you were afraid that you were going to buy this and not get the full, like all the pieces because it's so much cheaper. Now I'm seeing the price differential here.
Yeah.
Because you're talking 20 centimeters by 20 centimeters. That's not
small.
super big, but then the 60 by
Got
60
it.
is 300 pounds.
Got it. I think that
euros, whatever that is.
I think that trying to find some terms related to like board games.
There's nothing in here about handmade, hand carved, wood. I mean,
Yeah,
you've got
wooden.
wooden nardy, but
Wooden.
that's
But yeah, board games, things like that. Or, you know, game room might be a good term to look into.
those are gorgeous.
Beautiful background. I'm curious if you actually, if this is like a photo that you've taken, if this is like a real creative space.
Talk about the woods used.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to know what type of wood.
Somebody that's buying something like this is likely a collector and might be interested in the specific type of woods that you're using.
Yeah, personalized. That I didn't even see. Personalized.
Yeah, I didn't even catch that right off the bat.
You might want to put like the word engraved if they're engraved in here, or something like that, because I didn't even know that, and that would be a really great selling point for me if I didn't previously know.
Yeah, that's a couple people are saying, curious if they're just buying pieces and embellishing them, would they need to disclose that information? Like if they're just buying the boards and then putting the... That's why I said I was going to stop on the customization, because I don't truly know how much customization is put into this. Somebody said looks like a AliExpress resale. I'm not going to call it something like that, because this could be something that somebody has been doing their whole life, you know.
Right.
I have no proof for something like that.
But these are good points for the shop owner who owns the store. Think about what people are saying in the chats. This looks like an AliExpress reseller. How does that make you feel when you hear people say that? Because they're coming at you the same as your customers are, who will come into your shop and say, "Oh, this looks like an AliExpress."
We're trying to have an unbiased perspective of it because we don't know. But them, if they were customers, those are the thoughts that maybe, like, because it wasn't a lot of people. It's like 1 out of like 20 people had a curious thought. And that's going to be somebody who doesn't buy. They're going to immediately go to AliExpress and try to investigate.
Exactly. So think about what people from the chat are saying, because if that's how they're perceiving it, that's also how your customers are going to perceive it. And me as a buyer, I would be trying to figure it out myself. I would be like reverse image searching before I make that investment. I would be, going into Google Lens and seeing if I can find your products anywhere else. So those are all things to consider. You got to consider that your customers are smart cookies. So just always make sure that, I
mean, it looks like you had 5-star reviews. So no negative complaints. It doesn't sound like cheap Chinese garbage to me.
Absolutely. Your customers all seem very happy. And for high priced products, that's fantastic to have.
Five stars with 1,800 sales with wood products. Sounds like you're doing something right.
So remember when I said to put some photos of down, you can go ahead and...
Yeah, I got you.
When
that was a good shop to touch.
When I said, down in your about section, if you can get some photos of the artisans like creating the products, or even if they're just inlaying like a laser cut, like laser engraved, the center circles, if you could get some photos of them doing that, that would eliminate all of the people who think, oh, is this just a reseller? Is this just somebody reselling things that they bought online? That would be a good way to express, no, these are handmade. This is why you should trust me. And that makes it a big selling point.
And I agree. The prices, I think, to me are the biggest. Yeah, I need a tissue too.
Yeah.
I think the prices to me are the biggest kind of red flag turn off, because if this is truly like 100% a handmade product that you're making from the ground up, you are not charging anywhere near enough.
Yeah.
There's no possible. I'm gonna have to go off screen for mine.
That's fine. Yeah, the prices are almost so low that they make me suspicious. And
even for a 20 centimeter by 20 centimeter, like that's still, you're talking about having to cut the wood, lathe the wood, carve the wood, stain the wood, seal the wood. Like that is so much work, even for just a small piece. So
yeah,
if it's truly handmade, make sure you you make sure you look into your industry and see what true handmade people are charging for their products. If they're not, then your prices are fine because you're making sales and getting good reviews. So grain of salt with everything that we say here.
Absolutely. Because I mean, the products are beautiful. They are absolutely beautiful. And I really would love to know more about how they're made so that me as a buyer could make an educated decision about choosing to purchase with you.
All right, I am going to go ahead and push go again because that was what, 3 shops out of that section, just in case those people aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and put go. You guys are good to go ahead and submit your shop for an audit. Do not post the link. I cannot do it. Do not post your shop more than once. Just post your shop name, the one that has no spaces in your Etsy shop. Go ahead and post them, and we'll do 2 or 3 more. Yeah, 2 or 3 more, and then get to some questions if you want to go ahead and shamelessly plug our course that launches in 2.5 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Get that plug in there.
That sounded inappropriate.
Sure did, but it wasn't.
That sounded inappropriate.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Apparently that's where my mind is. Handmade Alpha Academy, my 9-module Etsy training program is going to be opening on what, 2.5 weeks?
Something like that.
June 14th.
It opens on a day.
It opens on a day. If you weren't here last week, we had a fantastic testimonial video play at the end. We'll be playing that again so you can hear from some of our students about their experiences. If you guys enjoy my content, if you watch some of my past videos, that is what you can expect from Handmade Alpha Academy times 100 because I put my heart and soul into this program. It is completely self-paced. You can join in June, and if you need to wait to start it, that's fine. You can start whenever you want. Everything's pre-recorded. You guys get unlimited access to me. If you need to ask me questions, email me. You're free to do that while you're in the program. You get 12 months of E-Rank Pro. You get the Product Photography Essentials Workshop by photography coach Christina Nicole, totally free. Normally you'd have to pay like, I think $200 for that, but we include it. You're at E-Rank Pro, that's normally $120. You get that included. You get access to our annual Alpha Holiday Boot Camp. That's like $100.
Depends on when you sign up.
Yeah. I think we give a discount on the first day for that, but you get that every single year for free.
Forever. For the life of us.
Right. So that's like hundreds and hundreds, probably thousands of dollars worth of value, depending on how many of those we do in the future. You get so much, guys, and you get a step-by-step proven roadmap that has helped us to build hundreds and hundreds of Etsy sellers to, amazing business sustainability. We've got tons of 6-figure sellers. And there's a 30-day, no questions asked, money back guarantee. If you get inside the program and you don't like it, then you can always ask for a refund, and we're happy to do that for you.
And we're some of the only coaches that'll call out sketchy coaching practices and crappy sales tactics that other course creators use to sell their course to you.
Oh.
I bought HA and went all in January. I'm happy to say that I have the best sales in March and April. Then May happened.
Yep.
Yep, then May happened. Everybody's kind of got a bug right now. But June, I think, is probably the best time to get HAA. I think we have our most signups in December, but June is probably the best because you're in the middle of the summer slump and it gets you prepared for Black Friday and the holidays.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really, get HAA if you want to have a good holiday season. That's what I tell people, because if you enroll in June, you can, get your shop ready by the holiday time. If you join when we open again in December, the holiday rush is already ended, and, you will kind of miss out on that.
What are your payment methods? We use Stripe as our primary form of checkout. However, we do also have PayPal available.
Stripe is just a credit card system.
It's what most companies use for websites to check out. It's completely secure. Our entire website is SSL lockdown, so we're safe.
So you can there's card, PayPal.
We've been doing this is this our 5th or 6th year? 5th? I think it's our 5th year.
It's our 5th year.
Yeah, it's our 5th year. I think this is our 5th year launching HAA.
Yeah.
I think December was no, I think this is our 6th.
No, it's our 5th. I just checked.
Oh, sheesh. I don't know. Okay.
Let's do it.
Let's go ahead and get a couple more shops picked here. But I'm friggin' stoked. I'm absolutely excited for the course launch. We always have so many cool people posting in the...
Oh, God,
I think the main thing that I like... This one might be... The thing that I like the most is when people start getting into the campus fresh after... Because things kind of die down after a few months when people stop posting so much. But then when we have our enrollments, the campus, like, blows up. Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I'm just gonna go ahead and skip that one because I'm not going to fight with it.
while you know, where everybody is able to talk and share their progress, and you know, you don't have to start right when you get in, but it's a lot of fun when everybody is kind of starting together and working together. It's fun to observe and watch everybody's progress, just because, you know, we have over 1,000 students now, and we know that it works, and it's just so much easier to help people.
This is the one that'll make people mad.
Oh, why would I make people mad? That's so
Because
beautiful.
they have so many sales. Pick a new shop.
This one's beautiful. All right.
All right. What
Ready?
currency is shown on the dashboard in eRank and when looking through other listings through eRank? I think it defaults to whatever currency you use.
Yeah, I'm
But
actually.
I'm not sure if it does that off the top of my head, but probably US if it doesn't default.
Yeah, I'm actually not quite sure.
Let's do it.
All right, Katrina. Wow, Katrina. Wow, Katrina. Your shop is beautiful. Your branding colors are beautiful.
It wasn't your shop anyway that I skipped, Pixel. So
This
no worries.
this is absolutely gorgeous. I would love to see this photo zoomed in a little bit with you and your child. I'm assuming this is your child. Zoom this in. I want to see your face. I must see your face. But it helps.
See it.
Right. It's going to help to build trust. And not to mention, it looks like you uploaded a circle picture in a circle spot, and it cuts off it's kind of a weird shape.
Yeah.
Zoom that in. Your logo is super cute. Nice cohesive colors. I know exactly what your branding colors are.
Somebody said too many words on that shop. And I think I like the banner, but I do agree that the contrast between the dots and the text feels kind of weird when you first try to read what it says, but I feel like that's a nitpick.
Yeah,
That's a nitpick to me.
I can read it fine. I like it. I think it's fun.
I do too. I think the text, and it kind of gives a weird contrast, and I like it.
Got some great keywords in here: polymer, clay, jewelry, and craft kits. You've got great number of sales here. Let's see.
She
Now,
said I'm in HA and I've been working on my shop, but I need impartial feedback.
these photos are
Gorgeous.
beautiful. Yeah.
Absolutely gorgeous.
You're in HAA. Did you take Christina Nicole's product photography essentials workshop in HAA? Because I mean, normally we talk about not using harsh shadows, and if you are, you need to use stylized shadows, and you use very stylized shadows. I absolutely love how, yes, you are using sharp shadows, which we usually don't like, but you've done so in a way that is very trendy and intentional.
Do you use a Lightroom preset for your pictures? Because there's a particular like contrast gradient that I see in every single picture where they look
aside
like,
from this one,
like they pop, but there's like a little bit of a dullness to the color. And I feel like it's a contrast thing with a preset, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, the only photo that isn't quite this aesthetic is the craft kit, but I like it because the shadows are a lot softer. This looks...
Yes. And we do have a lot of people agreeing that the polka dots make the text a little difficult to read. So if you could, I mean, it would be as simple as just going in and erasing the polka dots just around the text, or adding some people said add a thicker white outline to the text would make it easier to read, but it's not as big of a deal. But don't stress.
I would zoom in on some of these a little bit, just so they're a little easier to see.
Those snake earrings are fire.
Yeah, I love this one. It's just kind of hard to see. I would like to see it zoomed in just a little bit, at least for your thumbnail. Beautiful though, the backgrounds.
Oh, dude, those black and white snake and moon earrings, those are absolute fire.
Yeah.
I use my iPhone and pick a good day to shoot outside, and I just edit in the free Photoshop. Well, for editing in a free version of Photoshop with a phone picture, here's a proof that there's no excuse not to get good pictures when all you're using is your cell phone.
Yeah, I like these a lot more. Little boobs.
I love the boobies.
They're so cute. You have amazing photos. These are beautiful. No critiques there on your product
absolutely
photos.
Love it.
Oh, get your photos in here. You should know that. You're in HAA.
Get in there. I'm dyslexic, so it could just be that for the text, but otherwise a cute banner.
Making statements with statement jewelry. Cute. Like I said, I would love to see some photos of you making your products. They're polymer clay, so obviously you're making them. I would just love to see how you make them. And what you like the snakes, right?
Yeah, those are dope.
All right, snake and moon.
Those are so cute.
Black and white polymer clay dangle earrings, celestial lightweight earrings, surgical steel, handmade goddess bookish gifts. You probably get some goth terms in here.
Yeah.
I don't know about bookish gifts, doesn't quite fit. But I mean,
unless they're themed after something and you're dodging copyright, which I understand.
These remind me of that Saints Not All Saints book that I read with the snakes.
I haven't read it. Couldn't contribute to that.
Not All Saints.
They're
Something.
gorgeous. That picture was a little blurry.
Yeah, this picture is kind of blurry.
Yeah, that picture was a little blurry. That's okay. I can tell what it is, so it's not a huge rush out and fix it thing.
Yeah, yeah. No, these are really nice. I mean, for the most part, keywords look good. I'm always, a big fan of experimenting with your keywords and just, using what works for you. You clearly are making great sales. Obviously, don't touch anything that is already selling well. Maybe that's like one of your best sellers.
Yeah,
So
and don't change your photo editing style because I said the photos look dull. That could just be the way that my monitor looks compared to yours. They just look like the contrast is a little crunched. However, you have it consistent throughout your shop, and I wouldn't want you to go and make a change that makes things look different now.
Yeah.
So I would keep it consistent for now.
Very trendy. Normally we're big on like the using very neutral backgrounds and things, but you've really mastered this particular style. It's got a very like, I don't know, it's not, I think it's got a very like fun, like 80s, 90s aesthetic to it. It looks fantastic.
I agree with that. She said, my theory is to move into the bookish realm before the ACOTAR collection launches. And you should hurry up and
Good idea.
You should hurry up and get her. I'll go ahead and switch.
You're the one who just got approved, right? You just got licensed.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, make sure you get your licensing for that. That way you can actually double down when the collection launches, because that you clearly got the energy to be able to push that. So.
Yeah, absolutely. And Court of Thorns and Roses Hulu adaptation. Right now, there's only 3 episodes scripted. Apparently, Sarah Maas is being a little bit difficult because obviously she doesn't want her baby altered. But because of that, I have a feeling that when Hulu actually starts, producing their own merchandise, it's not going to be so easy for us to get licensing.
They're probably going to buy exclusivity deals, but you'll get grandfather. Well, make sure you look for emails from them just in case. If you don't get grandfathered, they can definitely yank that out from under you. But there's probably a terms and conditions for expiration on that, so make sure you actually read the terms for the agreement.
But for everybody who's confused, Sarah Maas, who wrote the Throne of Glass series, Court of Thorns and Roses, and Crescent City series, it's easy to license with her, so you can make licensed products.
And she's a huge author, so it's kind of strange that it's as easy as it is.
Yeah, it's quite easy to get a license and not have to pay like $1 million to get one. But there's going to be a Hulu adaptation of her most popular series. And once that rolls out and Hulu kind of owns the rights to the series, it might be harder to be able to license with her in the future. So for anybody who's read the series and wants to make products based on any of those series, you need to kind of jump on that relatively fast.
All right. So I'm excited that this is like a medium low-ish shop, and it's super sexy. So I'm going to, again, gothy shop, going to make sure there's no... The boobies in the last shop were okay because they're an artistic representation, but this one might have boobies. Looks like we're good.
All right.
Looks like we're good.
Let's do it. Wow. Look at that beautiful branding. My favorite thing about it is that you have the dark aesthetic printable art and you don't have a bunch of pictures on your banner of the art. I don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I was about to say a couple prints on there actually might not be bad, but I like it how it is.
No, I don't think that you guys really, as long as you have a beautiful banner, you don't need to put a bunch of your product photos up on your banner. Last shop that we did, I thought that it was done quite well with the product photos up on the banner, but it's not always necessary. And this is a great representation of that, where the artwork is kind of in the background, but the prints everywhere, it's just not necessary. You have a beautiful, clean aesthetic.
Pranov said my comment is getting deleted. If you're posting a link or something that says Instagram, our thing auto deletes it because of spammers.
Yeah, there are certain keywords we have blocked. And if YouTube's doing it, then it's nothing we can
do.
And
this will be our last shop that we review. So you guys
we'll
go ahead. No, we don't have the time. It's almost 1 o'clock already.
Okay.
We need to answer questions.
Got it. You guys are free to put some questions in the chat though, because we'll answer questions right after.
But I would definitely pay attention because this is a good example of like a medium to new shop that's performing exceptionally well.
All right, dark aesthetic decor, printable gallery, wall art. Awesome, very, very.
You tell me what it is. There's your face.
Very great branding. I love that your
picture.
I love that the photo of yourself is almost like you've turned down the saturation a little bit so that it even fits the color palette of your banner.
No, she's doing the gothy thing. She's doing the pasty white. That's just
pasty white crew. Everybody like who has
pasty
that
white crew.
That the those of us that if we walk out into the sun, we turn into tomatoes. Woo! That's me.
Pranav said it's not just the link, just the shop name. Then it's not getting deleted because our thing doesn't do that.
Yeah, I'm not sure what could be going on. We are going to be doing critique week.
Yes, it'll be 2 weeks from now. Well, actually,
No, it'll be 3 weeks from now.
our course launches in 2.5, so it'll be in a week and a half.
No, our course launch.
Oh, that's right. We do it during the course launch, not before. I was thinking prior. Anyway, sorry. Continue.
So I absolutely love your shop, your aesthetic, your backgrounds, everything about it. This
layout's getting me hot and bothered for sure.
It is an entire mood. It's a whole vibe. When we talk about creating a brand planet, this is exactly what I mean.
I know exactly the people you're trying to sell to.
Absolutely. This particular one, I'm actually going to open because I want to send it to my mom because her whole
we've gotten a couple shops in this one that we're going to go back through and look at.
Right. Absolutely beautiful, and how they're laid out is beautiful. I love it. It's a very, very well choreographed aesthetic.
And you know how to organize your prints in a way that they're like, you're giving them the theme. You're not making them go through your shop and pick 6 different prints to make the theme. You're giving them the theme.
Right. Like, here's everything you need.
And of course I missed the book. It's okay.
That's all right.
I think it's a vintage piece. So
yeah.
it should be fine.
Artful.
And of course, I cannot tell if you're selling copyright stuff. There's so much stuff in here. I'm just gonna assume the best of you and think that you're not.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see. Great product photos, and you can see exactly who your target customers are, what they're doing with their products. That's awesome. So do they get to pick one out of the bunch, or do they get the whole lot? I'm assuming they get to pick one out of the bunch, and then they can get,
Dude, if it's like individual collections in each listing and then you have a drop down to pick up, we'll find out when we take a look at the listing.
Get your about section filled out. What are you doing,
What
Trista?
the heck in frick are you doing?
What are you doing? Why don't you have an about section? Tell me about you. I want to know about how what does your house look like? I want to know more about you as a person, because clearly you've got the gothy vibe. I want to know that you are like me. I want to know that we are, that you understand, my needs. Oh, wrong one. I'll go ahead and look at this one because it's so pretty.
Good God.
So yeah, it's a set of 3, and are they digital?
Printable wall art set of 3.
Cool. Digital download. Yeah.
Macabre, goth, decor, skeleton portraits, printable wall art set of 3.
Yeah.
I think you could probably get more keywords in there, but honestly, it seems like you're doing fine. So
yeah.
Obviously, don't touch listings that are performing well, but these listings are just sexy. There's no other word for it. Hot.
That's awesome. Love it. Love how you've done the listing video. Yep. It's very simple, but easy to understand.
Are you making all of this art yourself, dude? That's wild.
Yeah, these are really pretty.
I'm going to assume that you do and just give you the compliment.
Awesome. Personal use only. That's cool. Cool. I don't know why I did that.
Crack open one of these ones that has like 8 to 10 pictures in it. See if you're getting the full thing. Yeah.
Yeah, aesthetic
Mega
bundle.
wall art set, indie vintage gothic room decor downloadable set.
Yeah. Cool. Really cool. I'm assuming that you got some listing videos from somewhere like Place It. For your mock-ups, which looks really, really nice. I even like that your little model here for your mock-up, she's kind of gothy. She's got like, some... She
said the newer ones are MJ generated. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's an AI.
Oh, I know. Yeah. No, but overall, really nice. I really don't have...
No, I don't have any complaints at all.
I wish I could critique you, but I don't really have any critiques. Everything looks absolutely beautiful.
Mid-Journey.
Oh, Mid-Journey, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
No, but I
don't know if that's an ethically sourced one, but try to make sure that you're using ethically sourced AI.
Yeah. But overall, really, really nice. I really wish that I could give you some more critiques, but I don't really have any other than, if you've got some listings that aren't selling, maybe, you don't have the word like goth in there much, which, it feels kind of basic, but it's something that does get
Basic is fine.
it's highly searched on Etsy. I mean, you can go into eRank and see it. But you've got the cottage core terms in there, which are big.
Incorporating AI in public domain images that are post edited.
Ooh,
And
okay,
she said
that's
absolutely for the ethically sourcing.
awesome.
I don't know
That's
how you're
great.
pulling it off, but
They're
I'll give you the
beautiful.
benefit of the doubt. They're beautiful images.
You have done an awesome job. Yeah,
I know we're not
that's
going to
great.
get into the ethics of AI stuff today because it gets old real fast.
Oh yeah,
I'm sick of arguing it with people. I don't
Guys.
particularly agree with all of the opinions, so we'll just leave it there where it is.
Guys, last 30 minutes, we always use to answer your questions. If you have any, feel free to ask them. My coaching program is opening on June 14th. I would much rather answer your questions about that face-to-face rather than emails. I hate answering emails. It's my least favorite thing to do. If it's a question that I can answer here on stream, I would prefer that. If you're not comfortable asking it on stream, you're free to email me over at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com if you're wanting to enroll, but you've got a question. If you've got questions related to Etsy, SEO, marketing, you can put those in the chat as well. We have raised $471 so far today, or not today, throughout the month for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Today is the last day to donate for this particular charity.
Watch your hand.
I'm sure that we'll do it again in the future for this one, but next month we'll probably choose a different charity. I'm thinking probably the Trevor Project for Pride Month.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which Trevor Project, they provide support and opportunities to talk. They have a 24/7 chat line, text line for kids under the age of 18 who are LGBTQ plus that don't have support at home. And it's a place where they can talk and get help, especially if they have suicidal thoughts.
And obviously the art community, you guys are all about it, so
yeah,
definitely show your support. We'll pull up next month for the donations for that. Is the ACOTAR license expensive? I'm not sure.
You have to, I can't remember the specifics, but I do know that you have to pay her a percentage for every sale that you make.
Yeah, that's usually how those kind of deals work.
So you'll need to talk to somebody else in our community.
I've already said I tried writing Middle Earth Enterprises to see if we could license with them, but I don't think I'm going to hear back. Yeah, good luck with that. You might be able to get with some of the Star Wars authors, because I know Star Wars, there are so many authors that write extended universe stuff. So
I don't know. Disney's logo's on the back of all those Star Wars books now. So
yeah, it doesn't matter. You could reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out for Disney extended universe stuff if you're interested in Star Wars. Is it better to list seasonal items at the beginning of the season or 90 days prior to the season?
Oh, 4 months ahead of the season.
Yeah, about roughly 4 months.
Yeah, you guys should be rolling out the Halloween spooky stuff pretty soon. That's, you want to make sure that you're getting those products listed nice and early, because people shop really early. And I know it doesn't sound like it, but we're already starting to see the first initial spooky searches over at eRank. So consider getting that stuff up there, because you've got to have that 60 to 90 day period for you to even start building up a listing quality score. It's way better to get ahead of the season.
She said, "Ooh, Star Wars. I can check into that." Yeah, you probably won't be able to get any mainline licensing for the main series, but extended universe you may be able to, because they just had the anime samurai one come out that was extended universe. You might be able to license for that one. You never know. Obviously, we're telling people to do things legally. Don't just make Star Wars stuff. That's stupid. But extended universe stuff you can usually get into, just like D&D. Why can I get no reviews? Why don't people leave reviews? Someone said because you're not asking them to. We have our swipe file series down below.
Or just go to alphasugar.com or sign up for the free Etsy SEO toolbox down there, the Etsy SEOodles, and they're included in that. There is 5 points of contact, SSAR, 4 points of contact that I recommend making with your customers throughout the transaction process that can help to encourage them to leave positive reviews. And my swipe files, they're basically copy and paste messages that you send them throughout the transaction process that can help to encourage those good reviews. Just don't become annoying. And that's why I make the swipe files, so that you can do so without the risk of nagging them.
If she keeps snorting, you're going to have to put her down.
This is JoJo.
Yes, this is JoJo. It's her mom's Chihuahua. We're watching her while she is at Sonic Temple this week,
which is a big metal festival.
I'm sure half of these people know what Sonic Temple is. It's one of the biggest festivals in the country now. Does offering returns and exchanges improve sales? There's probably not any empirical data to say that it does, but if you can offer returns and exchanges, you should. it's more of the ethically and morally correct thing to do because you never know the circumstances of which someone's going to return it. Obviously, it's up to you. It's your shop.
Well, if you sell to the UK or European Union, I think it's anywhere in Europe.
Yeah, I think EU and UK, I think you're legally required to. There's if you just look up return exchange policy UK or EU, it's like usually the first link.
Yeah, you're legally required to offer exchanges and refunds to those customers.
I want to switch to all ready to ship items. Should I deactivate all the made to order listings at once or transition slowly? I think it depends on how many you have. If your shop is going to go from like 50 listings to 0 overnight, you might want to work into it.
Yeah, and I mean, either way, like, however, if all those listings were the only ones bringing traffic to your shop, you're going to see
you're going to tank your shop.
Yeah, you're going to see some negative results. I mean, I'm always a fan of doing the slow trickles just because you never know what deactivating them all at once would do. As long as you're not in a huge rush to get rid of them all, I would do them little by little just, to make sure.
Do I need to have my shop name and my banner? I can't seem to get the words to fall where I want them. I think if you have an artistic enough banner, I don't think you have to. It's a good idea to try to get it in there.
Yeah, this is one of those questions where it's all about presentation.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't say how good your art style is.
Yeah.
If you have an absolute banger of a banner that has your products and everything in it, and I can tell what you sell, your name is directly below that.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge deal, but if you can get it in there, but if no matter what you do, you have a really good banner that you like, but trying to stick your name in there, like turns it into a turd, then don't.
Yeah, it completely depends on the banner, about your graphic design skills and presentation. If you want to get feedback on it and you want to try to experiment with a couple different options, maybe post them down below in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community and have some users give feedback, because that might be a really good way to decide what direction you should take with it.
I have a shop that targets a buyer persona, and everyone who critiques my shop tells me to separate my digital and POD. My intent was to have one shop for my customer idea.
I really don't have one. You said everyone who critiques my shop. Who's critiquing your shop, and are they your target audience? What you want to focus on is appealing to a target customer, right? If your products are essentially the same, but one option is POD and one is digital, I think it really just depends on what they are. Are they artwork? Some are POD and some are digital. Then they can stay in the same shop, If they're totally different and one appeals to soccer moms and the other appeals to big bearded biker men, then it's probably something that should be separate. But there's no real way to answer that without looking at exactly what it is, unfortunately.
And if you're selling POD and digital, you need to make sure that you're disclosing somewhere very obviously that one is a digital product and one is a physical product.
Yeah.
That way somebody isn't like, wow, this is a $3 shirt. What a steal.
Yeah.
And then they get a download link and never receive a product, and you get a 1-star review for not doing your due diligence.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have plenty of clicks and views, 200 plus regular, but only 16 sales since I started in December of 2022. My shop is focusing on motivating moms. What should I concentrate on? It's really hard to say specifically.
Yeah, there's it sounds like, if you're getting views and they're just not converting. First of all, you have to consider that we're in Etsy's slowest season. Go watch my video from Tuesday. Things tend to not pick back up until August. If you're experiencing slow sales right now, a lot of people are. So I would dare say that you need to kind of do process of elimination here. Start with your photos. Even if you think your photos are good, they might not be what your target audience are looking for. After photos, maybe start looking at your actual designs. Is there something wrong with them that are making people not want to buy? Then I would start looking at your pricing. Is your pricing too low and it's making your products not look very good? Or is it too high to the point where you're pricing outside of your market? Lastly, you are getting some views. That tells me that your keywords are probably okay, but I doubt that all of your listings are getting good views. So that would be the point where you could go in and touch up on your keyword optimization. I cover all of these topics on my channel though, in depth. So just process of elimination, start working down the list and, try to figure out exactly where the snags are coming into play.
How often is it advised for a new shop to do a sale to attract new customers? I'm afraid to offer it too often, but I still don't have a customer base to scare with a frequent sale.
I mean, here's the thing. A sale, little discounts are great, but they're not really going to be the determining factor that's going
No.
to determine your success.
And you don't want to be known for the shop that just does sales to attract people. That's not.
Yeah.
Get your SEO on point, make sure your photos and everything are good, and start working on your offsite advertising of Facebook, social media, Instagram, TikTok, if you can do things that are entertaining there.
A good product will sell whether it's on sale or not, but everything else needs to be aligned. And like I said, right now is the slow season. If you guys missed my video on Tuesday, make sure that you go watch that, because it talks about why sales have been so slow right now and why sales have gotten a little bit slower over the last few years as well. So it's important to first educate yourself on why sales are slow. That way, once you've educated yourself on the why, you can start to navigate around it and start, working on things like driving traffic from your own avenues, like your social media accounts.
I paint signs and offer 26 colors. I only have one listing and include variations within that. Should I create more listings for each color? If the design is the same, you're probably fine to have the variations all in one listing. I'm assuming you mean you have one listing for each design, and then your colors are your variations. If that's the case, then that should be fine.
Yeah, I think it just depends on if separating them will create 6,000 listings in your store, which isn't necessary.
No, because then you're going to be scrolling around and Etsy's going to be placing things in random orders, and you're not going to have all 26 colors of the same listing like back to back within your shop. People are going to have to dig to find the color that they want.
Yeah.
If it's just the colors that are the variations, I would leave them in the listing.
Yeah. As long as the design itself is essentially the same, like let's pretend that you sell stop signs, okay? And they can choose a red stop sign, a blue stop sign, a yellow stop sign. Essentially, it's a stop sign. They're just choosing the color. It's all one design. If you wanted to split them up, you could, but you have to be aware that you're going to be paying the listing fees for all of those.
But if you're selling 26 different colors of a stop sign and 26 different colors of a yield sign and 26 different colors of a trap,
way.
Yeah, maybe split the different signs into different listings.
Random example, it was the first type of sign my brain.
Yeah, that was a weird example, but that's fine. I hope you're only selling one color of stop sign. Totally not being pushy because as myself as a buyer, I don't want people spamming me with a message. We have statistical data showing that customers like it. We actually have it. When was that video that we did, the E-Rank survey that we did?
Over a year ago?
But yeah, over a year ago, we actually asked people on Etsy, not just E-Rank, on Etsy, whether or not messages prior or messages right after the sale, when it's shipped, basically the SSAR swipe files that we give to you guys. And most of them, well, up until like the after receiving message, the after receiving wasn't as big, I don't think.
It was still a majority.
But it was still like 40 something. I can't remember the exact number. I don't want to spit numbers, but most people wanted it. So don't be afraid of being spammy. And if they ask you to not message them, just stop. They're not going to give you a bad review because you messaged them. And after all of that was said and done, and we've been pushing these swipe files for years, Etsy recommends it.
Yeah.
Etsy recommends transactional messages. Do not save them to your email list. That's against the law. And don't email them directly, like through Gmail, unless they request you to do so. But Etsy messages.
Jen had said, another question, my outside photos never have a white background. It seems like sky color reflects and makes the white blue or gray or pink. Any suggestions? Yes. We did a live stream with Christina Nicole, who is a product photography coach, where we talked about this exact same thing a couple weeks ago. Go to my channel. There's a little tab that you have to click on that says live in order to see our past live streams, because for some reason YouTube puts them all in their own tab now. Go to that tab though and find the one where we talk about product photography from a few weeks ago. The thumbnail's like orange. That one, we talk so much about product photos, about reflections, about lighting, about taking your product photos outside near a window. But you can also go directly to Christina Nicole's YouTube channel. It's just called By Christina Nicole. She has tons of amazing videos that cover how to master your product photography. That's who I was talking about when I said that we offer the product photography essentials workshop free in our course. That's Christina Nicole's course. You get that included.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't.
It is.
No, it isn't. Do. I'm following all the tips with SEO. Would you advise to wait it out? I did just reopen my shop.
Absolutely. It's always the same advice. 60 to 90 days. It's
Yep.
never going to change.
Doesn't matter who you are. The advice does not change.
Yep. You got to give it time.
Unless Etsy changes, and then obviously the advice will change.
Well, if Etsy changes, we'll make a big announcement.
We'll tell you.
Yeah, we'll tell you. We'll send emails about it. We'll make videos about it. We will not stop shutting up
Or
about
one of
it.
our competitors will misinterpret it, say the wrong thing, and I'll have to crap on them on a live stream. Anyway. Some of the works are from... Oh, that was from... Do you think the newsletter discount can be replaced by a freebie or digital freebie? We'll answer that first.
So I'm assuming that you mean for your VIP discount when they sign up for your email list. Yes, any type of incentive that is exciting for them. If getting a freebie or a digital, product, something that, you don't have to ship to them, is what you would like to do, totally fine. That's a great incentive. It's a great way to get them to join your email list. If you guys have no idea what I'm talking about right now, that's something that we cover in Handmade Alpha Academy about building an email list. That way you have a perpetual marketing funnel for your audience. Is it also okay for POD store not to accept returns with the exception of faulty products? Not for those who are living in
the UK.
In the UK and I believe the European Union. Even the thing is that's not... You have to accept returns, that black and white, unless it's custom and it has their name like printed on it or something.
I disagree with the black and white statement. Go over to just go over to Google, search 14-day return policy EU UK. It is one page and there's only like 10, 15 bullet points of everything that you need to know. Digital products, I think you don't have to accept returns on.
Yeah.
Downloads, software, stuff like that. There are tons of exceptions, and why I say I don't agree with the black and white, they change it. They change it and they update it every once in a while. So make sure you go over there and you stay up to date, especially if you live in the UK. It's not as stringent if you live here in the US, though you should try to uphold yourself to the laws of the majority of countries anyway. But keep up to date with that. Read over it. We don't sell to Europe outside of our POD, and we do returns on everything, so we don't have to worry about that. But if you do returns and stuff, make sure you stay up to date with that law. Since I'm going to be out of town for a week, do you think I should keep my shop open and extend shipping times? I would put a message in the shop banner and the first line of shop announcements. That's up to you, but it is a risk.
Yeah, Tracy, I dare say, and I saw your post in the student campus about it. I would dare say that it would also be good to set up your autoresponder. That way, if somebody messages you, they get a message, back saying that you are on...
I'm on vacation. I will be back on this day. I will be responding to messages on this day.
Yeah.
Put exact dates.
Now, if you've got a star seller badge right now and you don't want to lose it, I would just go on vacation mode. Here's the thing. Everybody talks about vacation mode like it's, this big thing that like boots you out of Etsy search. That's not true. Your listings just aren't available for a few days, which means that, you start to lose a little traction on your listing quality scores, but it's a slow period anyway. What better time for things to slow down than when it's already slow? And you can typically kind of regain that traction by driving a little bit of activity to your shop through external means. So running a sale, posting about it on your social media, and encouraging, people to get in there and get active. Maybe launch some new products right when you return from vacation. That's always a great alternative to, then letting your shop just kind of sit, because that shows Etsy that you're back. I'm active. I'm still here. Please put my products, back in search. It's not that they're not in search. It's just your listing quality score kind of, there's no customers to engage with your product.
She said I do have star seller.
Yeah, you will probably lose that if you have customers message you, unless you've got like maybe your phone where you can at least reply to messages within 24 hours. That would be fine.
She said it's not yet slow for me. You are one of the luckies.
Yeah.
Right.
Vacation mode might be ideal for you, to be perfectly honest. That way you don't have to worry about it. Why would you want to?
Yeah.
Why would you
take your vacation, dude? Like.
Yeah.
I have lots of POD designs, but not focused on one particular theme. Are you saying don't have lots of listings in a new store? Do I wait until I have a singular theme?
Okay. So POD is not a niche. Okay. Print on demand is not a niche. Shirts are not a niche. Mugs are not a niche. Those are industries. Okay. Picking a particular theme is when you are niching, you're choosing a very specific type of target customer. I believe that's what this Tuesday's video is about, is target audiences.
Yeah.
Don't have lots of listings in a new store. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying it's not necessary to have 600 listings in a brand new store, because you already shoving more listings into a store does not guarantee success. It just guarantees that you're going to have a big Etsy bill. And a lot of sellers will be like, I cannot believe how high my bill is. I'm losing money. Well, yeah, because you've got 600 listings in your shop that aren't selling. It's not important to have your shop full of a ton of items. I'm big on niching. I will have a video on Tuesday explaining exactly why I'm big on niching, which is having a cohesive theme, having a target customer, having a niche, you know, within your industry is important. Do I wait till I have a singular theme? I mean, why would you create, if you're planning on, you know, having a niche in the future, why create a bunch of products that are not in that niche? You know, why waste your time? If you're planning on incorporating in a niche later on, it just sounds like a waste of time to create a bunch of products that you might potentially delete later on. So it sounds like you need to really start thinking about refining that brand as soon as possible before adding anything else to your shop.
And Katrina had responded to the last thing you said. Are you saying it's best to use vacation mode than increase processing time? No, that's not what we said. There's a lot of nuance to what we said. What I would recommend, go back through and listen to what she said again. It should be around the hour and 15 mark in the live stream, and re-listen through that, because there's a lot of nuance to that. It's not just one is, it's not one is better than the other. It's never that black and white.
I've got a video on my channel. Just search Starla and Marc vacation mode. Watch the video that I posted like a year ago, and
That
I talk.
is still relevant.
Right, I talk. It is all still relevant.
Yeah, I know.
I talk about the differences between the two, extending your processing times or vacation mode, and what happens when you put your shop on vacation mode. I haven't updated that video because there have been no updates to the methodology since then. So go watch that.
Yeah. And Gilligan had said, put your auto reply on. It's good for 5 days, and then you can renew it. And Tracy said, I will have my phone. Yeah, but man, if you're going to be on vacation, do you want that? Like, the point of a vacation is to not deal with that crap.
Yeah.
Is it better to replace listings that don't have a strong response with new ones, or just add the new listing?
Add new listings. If you're making a new product, you want to completely make a new listing if the product is something new, because anybody who has favorited that old product is going to see something that they didn't favorite in their favorites. Don't just replace and swap out images. Start with a clean, fresh listing. If the product is completely different. Etsy doesn't like it when you take an existing listing and then put something different in its place, because any history that you've generated for the initial product, whether it be good or bad, you don't want to attach that to a completely unrelated item. That'll be next Tuesday's video. I'm talking about that. But yeah, just create a new listing. That way you can start fresh.
We also covered Linda's question, so we're good there.
Okay.
What are a good few rules of thumb for the about section? I sell stationery and I'm adding digital products soon too.
About sections, really, you want to talk about yourself in a way that talks also about how you are going to serve your customers. So yes, it is about you, but customers don't really care about you. They care about how you're going to help them. They want to find a reason to trust you. If they are willing to read your about section, they are looking for one good reason why. One good reason that they should trust you over everybody else. So yes, talk about yourself, but talk about yourself in a way that is focused around how you are going to help them with the products that you sell. So, you know, I strive to create beautiful handmade polymer clay jewelry to make you stand out in a crowd. So that would be a way to talk about yourself in a way that is focused around them.
Tracy said she gets to meet her biological sisters for the first time. That is so lovely, and I hope you have a good time. I hope you have a good time.
Go on vacation mode, Tracy.
Yes, don't worry about your Etsy shop while you're doing that. It's too important.
Absolutely. That's so special. What'd you do? He shot the chat all the way up.
I have hotkeys for my games set up, and I think that one was home, and it shoots your chat to the top. I started with digital invitations and now set myself up for printed invitations. Should I update my current listings to add the printed option or create new listings for the printed ones? Oh, that's totally up to you. To be honest, I like the idea of separate, but it doesn't. If you can make it completely clear that one is digital and one is printed, and you are for sure certain that people aren't going to screw that up.
Well, the pricing's going to be different too, and what they're going to see is the lowest price product,
Yep,
which is they're going to see the digital price, and then when they click on it and they realize, oh, for if I want the printed one, I have to pay more.
Yeah, that was the next point that I was going to get to.
They might interpret it as being deceptive. Nobody likes to see one price and then they click it and it feels like a bait and switch.
The same with the like kids shirts and adult shirts slapped into one, where people think they're going to get like the thumbnail is an adult and the actual price is like $30 more expensive for the adult shirt. That's really, if you guys do that, that's really sketchy. It's really crappy, and it's really like, I don't know, disingenuous to your customers. I don't know if disingenuous is the right word there, but it's crappy.
Bait and switch.
Bait and switch is crap, and it's a crappy tactic.
Cheryl, I'd say I would say go ahead and separate them. It's up to you. There's no good or bad way to do it. I'm just telling you how I would do it.
Dragon House said people are really dumb and will mess that up. Yeah, that's the very not PC way to say that. But yes, that's people.
Everybody knows that some people are dumb. Like
make your listings for your most ignorant customers.
I always say, pretend that you're doing it for a third grader.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's how the military does our training. Everything is made for third grade level.
Yep. Pretend that you're trying to explain anything that you do to a third grader.
Yep.
And that should cover, most online shoppers, no matter who they are and what their, savviness is for the internet.
Having trouble figuring out how to market handwritten letters from fairies. If you don't have an obvious product market like jewelry and decor, how do you find keywords? I don't know the industry really well. I know letters from XYZ is a pretty common thing that's popped up in the last couple of years. You might just have to do market research on people. Don't necessarily look for just people that are doing like letters from fairies. Do letters from whatever it is, and see how they're figuring things out.
I'm going to imagine that a lot of your customers are going to be, and maybe I'm wrong, but I'm going to assume that a lot of your customers might be older people or adults buying letters from fairies for their children. So
it sounds like to me.
I would focus on things like letters from, maybe you could do, for little girl's birthday party. I think that those would be good keywords. Focus on the type of person, unique gift for little girl, unique gift for daughter. And you could even do like bookish gifts, for example, people who are in that bookish community, in the fantasy community. That could be a cool way to do it as well.
Good points. George Carlin once said, imagine how stupid the average person is and then realize that half of them are dumber than that. That's a good way to say it. Me too. I work in IT and someone asked if they could put their wireless keyboard in the dishwasher, and this person has a PhD.
You never know what people know.
See? I mean, you know what you know. Let's see. I sell matted prints of my paintings. My first photo is just of the painting. I'm wondering if it would be better to have the first photo of a matted print or framed. They come matted.
Try a little bit of both. Experiment with both across several listings and do a split test, and then see which of your listings do better. And then you'll know from there how to pivot for future listings. But I'm always a fan of split testing. Because you never know until you put it out on the market, and let your customers be the vote.
You don't know what you don't know. If I use a shipping service such as Pirate Ship versus using Etsy shipping labels, will Etsy still take a shipping transaction fee?
Yes.
Yeah. So Etsy takes, I think someone posted it in here earlier. They take their 6% cut plus the 3% for the transaction fee, regardless of what you sell.
Yeah, you've got to, I know that it sucks if you're not using their shipping, but they're going to take it out of the total cost with the shipping. So they're still going to get their cut no matter what. It's just something you've got to factor in. I know how annoying it is, though.
He said stupidity isn't a measure of education. No, ignorance is.
Yeah.
Working on my Halloween stuff at the moment. Very witchy, very gay.
Very witchy, very gay. Love it.
I love it. Sounds like it goes great. Etsy fees are a joke, sadly.
Let's see.
Anything can be a joke if it makes you laugh.
All right.
I'm looking for questions. We got time for like one more question.
All right.
People are totally brand new to shipping and customer service of physical items. Does HAA teach that step by step? Not sure if it's suitable for beginners too, or if it's more just high level. The course is best for beginners.
Yeah. HAA is going to start assuming you know nothing, but is not going to feel insulting for those of you who already know everything. Because what we do is we tackle not just selling on Etsy. We tackle selling on Etsy on the perspective of human psychology, which is the most important thing that you can do for your business. Because here's the thing, guys, there are so many, I'm about to get on a rant here. There are so many,
snap.
there are so many Etsy coaches who they teach how to list your product. And yes, you need a logo and you need this and you need that. And it's good information to have. But if you don't understand why you're doing it and what it's actually doing in the minds of your customers, then you're not going to be able to repeatedly replicate it, pivot, and be able to analyze when things aren't working and why they're not working. And the problem that I have with a lot of Etsy education channels is they tell you what to do based on what they have observed in their own business, where they say, this worked for me, therefore, if you do it, it will work for you. That's not how Etsy works, because things like your target audience, things like, you know, the age demographics, the income demographics of your target audience, you know, cultural demographics of your target audience. And even when it comes to the SEO portions, everybody's listing quality scores, the thing that determines how you're going to rank in search, they're all going to be different. So when you look at a top selling shop, you could go and replicate every single thing that they're doing and still not see success.
Yeah, anecdotal evidence will only last the length that anecdotal is relevant.
Right. So the unique thing about Handmade Alpha Academy that nobody else teaches, and why I am so passionate about my own teaching style, not to, you know, toot my own horn here, is that toot it. I focus on a foundation of neuromarketing, which is already very new. I mean, it's not new, but we don't know a lot about neuromarketing. But I've made it a point in my life to focus on what marketing does to the human brain and what does the human brain actually scientifically respond to based on what science says. And Handmade Alpha Academy, every single element of it is catered around the human experience, which is really important because, yes, there are going to be those sellers who just throw spaghetti at the wall and they make 600 products and, you know, they think that more is going to be better and they don't really have direction or passion. And yeah, they might make a couple sales here and there, but they're not going to build a brand that encourages things like repeat buyers, when what the market says and what industry experts say is that 80% of your sales should come from 20% of your audience. What that basically means is that when you have brand loyalty, you can ensure that one customer comes back over and over and over again because they feel that they have built a connection with your brand and the trust is already there. It's way harder to take somebody who has never bought from you and turn them into a customer, as opposed to taking somebody who already trusts you, who already knows what type of service you offer, and turn them into a repeat customer. And one of the main things that we talk about in Handmade Alpha Academy is building that human connection so that you feel close to your customers and they feel close to you so that they're encouraged to come back to buy again and again. And yes, there's always going to be industries like weddings where you say that, oh, I don't have repeat buyers, but the human element there still applies, because when it comes to weddings, if you create beautiful wedding centerpieces, that bride is going to say, I bought these from the nicest Etsy sellers.
And all her bae friends are going to come and buy them too.
Exactly. Who was that Etsy seller who did your centerpieces? Do you know any?
Oh, those are gorgeous. Where did you get those?
Exactly. There's so many ways to build that human connection. And really, I mean, that is essentially what Handmade Alpha Academy does. But we start from the bottom. Mm-hmm. We assume that you know nothing, but we don't insult you if you already know everything, because we want to make sure that you're able to backtrack and go and get the nuanced things that you might not have been aware of. Now, in terms of your question about shipping specifically, we do talk about shipping, but you have to consider that no matter where you live in the world, shipping is probably going to be a little bit different. So we do talk about printing a shipping label and doing that and figuring out, you know, how to ship. But you might also, depending on where you are and what your products are, you might need to also additionally reach out into our Handmade Alpha Academy student campus, where our 1,000 other students are hanging out, and find somebody who is closely related to your industry who can offer you additional tips, because I can't cover every type of product. But I have a video for US audiences on, you know, your shipping and your shipping labels. And then we have a bonus lesson in there for those in the UK. We have, it's called Ship It, but British. And Amber Marie, who is in the UK, she covers a, you know, UK
British version.
Yeah. But I think that I don't.
There's nowhere else to go for that. At the end of the day, anybody can teach you how to go out in the ocean and catch cast your net, and maybe you'll catch a fish, maybe you'll catch a school of fish, but it takes a special kind of person to take you out, show you how to use your equipment and how to consistently cast your net to always be catching those fish. And if you don't know why you're doing what you're doing, then it doesn't matter. And if you guys don't like, I know a lot of people don't like listening to me talk. All the talking is on her. All the things, it's just her.
Oh yeah,
it's just her. I'm the tech nerd, and I'm here for backup. You guys know that. But
Moon Dice had said, "Do you teach anything about how to keep track of inventory and tax deductions?" No, because we're not tax experts and we're not qualified to teach you that.
Nothing that's legally binding outside of email lists. I know we don't talk about email lists a lot here. We do that in HA, and that's because when you sign up, you sign an agreement that basically says you can't sue us if you destroy your shop taking our advice the wrong way.
Yeah, but email lists we do cover, but we don't touch anything else in the legal realm just because we have sellers from all around the world. And everybody's going to have, different processes that they have to take. And with taxes, we're not certified to tell you about it.
I typically do not recommend, unless you are a tax expert yourself, that you do your taxes by yourself. And no matter how much money you're making on Etsy, even if it's more, even if you made less than what it costs to hire an accountant to do your taxes at the end of the year, I highly recommend that you have somebody else who is an expert, a professional, to do your taxes. Because it's not a huge deal if you miss a couple of things, but the IRS might not think so.
Yeah.
And getting those fees because you weren't willing to splurge $600-700 on a good accountant to do your taxes is just silly. And when it comes to inventory, there's so many videos on YouTube about how to inventory your products and things, so it would be a waste of your time putting this. She focuses primarily on marketing strategies and neuromarketing, and then the basis of properly setting up your shop and how to do things the correct way.
Right. My HAA is about building your brand, and marketing your brand and building perpetual traffic.
Yeah.
So that you have a little bit of control. Yes, you learn SEO in Handmade Alpha Academy. We give you a year of E-Rank along with it. But you also have this other huge side where you drive some of the traffic yourself. That way you're not just relying on Etsy to send you traffic. You're not just relying on yourself. You have two highways of traffic leading into your shop, which is a powerful combination rather than, just having the one. Tina had asked if you're eventually going to be teaching us how to build websites. We were actually just talking about that last night.
Considering it, there's a lot of upkeep and stuff with that, and there's numerous different tools, and they change things constantly. So we're trying to come up with a way that we can format it to be more generalized advice. I don't know if we're going to do anything specific, because then that's going to require us to be looking at things constantly. And we already have our mainline course, so I don't know. Sailor had said, if you need a tax help, get an accountant, one that actually specializes in taxes, preferably signed a CPA. We use Block Advisors. We pay for the insurance and do everything that way.
Yeah.
Most of the cost of having an accountant to do your taxes right off for the next year, so it's kind of free. That's also true. Charity said, I think it's funny how Mark complains about us being nitpicky on other shops, but then you guys do it as well.
Well, that's what we're critiquing.
That's what a critique is.
That's what
being nitpicky.
We say we're just being nitpicky because we have nothing better to say. We have to be out.
Anyway, I'm not gonna answer to something. I don't care.
I don't know what the point was there.
Yeah, I don't really
it's a
know
shop critique section. That's why we're here.
That's what a critique is.
Yeah.
Anyway, we love you guys. Go ahead.
Next up, we're gonna show you the outro video that we showed last week, just because we don't have anything better to put here. I do appreciate all of your guys' kind comments last week. I was really nervous about doing this as our outro screen, just because even as somebody who teaches others how to market, I don't like marketing my own thing. So that's why I only market Handmade Alpha Academy twice a year, and 90% of the year we don't sell anything. But thank you all. We appreciate you. We hope that you have a fun and safe Memorial Day weekend.
If you're in the Midwest, the weather's going to be amazing. Get outside and do some stuff. Also, I did want to cover too, if you're going to sell things for Memorial Day, make sure you're making it specifically about the
start of summer,
and not about the veterans that passed away in conflict. While it sounds like a good sentiment, profiting off of death is never a good thing. I'm a veteran myself, if you guys aren't aware. I'm not a huge fan of it, but to each their own. I don't judge you guys for what you do, but just something to ponder over. But
we're not fans of Memorial Day sales.
No, I'm not. But every single brand I follow has sent me an email. But either way, I don't want to end the stream on a negative light. Make sure you guys like the video. It does really help us a lot. Or dislike the video if you didn't like it. We don't really care either way. Subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell icon if you have the YouTube app on your phone. You want to get notified when we go live or when we upload videos. Look out, we'll have a video next Tuesday. If you have other questions, this upcoming Tuesday. And she usually goes live on the eRank channel every Thursday. If you have additional questions that you want asked over there, if you have eRank specific questions that you want asked, you can go over there and ask that. And we'll see you guys next Friday for the next live. And again, HA works. We've got over 1,000 customers now, and you can listen to these guys talk about it. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.
I have become a better person through HAA.
What I really like about Starla is her honesty and transparency. There's so much that she gives to people for free.
I'm like, this is an incredible framework for me to build into and adjust to and adapt to, and all these things that I would have never been able to figure out on my own.
I was like reinvigorated about my business when I started HAA.
Our armor was featured in Lucifer's season 5 finale, and the main actor got to lore things that we created here. Part of the reason why we were able and ready to do such a thing was because of the alphas.
Joining Etsy, joining any online platform, you have question after question after question. HAA has been the one place where I've got answers for nearly all my questions.
You guys and what you have done with the Handmade Alpha Academy has literally changed my life.
And you get continued help no matter where you're at in your Etsy journey. That was probably the biggest selling point for me.
The way you teach it, it's simple, it's down to earth. I can comprehend it. That's one of the things I love about your teaching style.
I don't think I ever could have done it without being in the HAA. Your step-by-step steps were fantastic.
I don't know how you could not succeed by following the step-by-step really instruction of how you lead us through HAA.
The first like 4+ years that I was on Etsy, I think I had 37 sales, and we've gotten well over 1,000 since then. I think I'm up to 1,200.
Self-paced, there's an amazing Facebook group that will help you.
Invest in yourself. It's worth every penny and so much more.
I look at my Etsy shop and I look at my website and I am just in awe of what I have done. And I just look at it every day and think, wow.
I actually think that for what you get, you guys are really, really not charging enough. I hate to say that.
I've had thoughts to myself where I've been like, I'd give you guys $3,000 for this course. I see how valuable it is.
2020, I did like maybe $3,000. 2021, I did $10,000. HAA for me paid back for itself 6 weeks after I signed up for it.
I definitely recommend it. If you can invest the money, the time investment is not too bad.
Well worth the money. There is nothing in all that I've taken that I haven't been able to use for my business.
Absolutely, just do it, because there's no, what do you have to lose? And it's everything you need in one place.
It's hard to buy an education that will teach you practical skills like we learn in HAA.
Take the plunge, do it. First off, the money back guarantee is really a selling point for me.
She knows so much about marketing and branding and the psychology behind it. So that's really good knowledge to have, and she's so willing to share that.
So I would tell everybody out there that's thinking about it, if you're ready for this step and if you're ready to grow yourself and your business, it changed our lives, honestly.